Hi, in this video we will learn accounting for forfeiture of shares originally issued at par. The journal entry for forfeiture of shares originally issued at par is as follows. We need to debit share capital account with the amount called up per share multiplied by the number of shares forfeited. We need to credit forfeited shares account with the amount which is received on the shares forfeited. We need to credit share allotment account with the amount due but not paid on allotment. And we need to credit share call account with the amount due but not paid on call. In the narration, we need to write the number of shares forfeited as well as the reason for forfeiture, for non-payment of whichever installment has not been paid. Now, in case a calls in arrears account is maintained by the company, for all the entries relating to forfeiture, when the calls in arrears account is maintained by the company, calls in arrears account would be credited in the above entry just discussed instead of share allotment account and share call account. Let's understand accounting for forfeiture of share issued at par with the help of an example. Example, 1,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each are forfeited for the non-payment of allotment money and the first call money. The amounts payable were rupees 3 on application, rupees 3 on allotment, rupees 2 on first call, and the balance on second call. So as per the example, the number of shares forfeited is 1,000 shares. The face value is rupees 10 and it's issued at par. Now the question specifies that the allotment money and the first call money has not been paid by the defaulting shareholder. Since there is no mention about the second call money not being paid, we can understand that the company has not yet made the second call. So the amount which is called up by the company is only rupees 3 on application plus rupees 3 on allotment plus rupees 2 on the first call, totaling to rupees 8 per share has been called up. Now let's understand the journal entry when the calls in arrears account is not maintained by the company. We will debit equity share capital account with the number of shares forfeited multiplied by the amount which is called up per share, which is rupees 8, totaling to 8,000 rupees. We will credit forfeited shares account with the amount which is received on the 1,000 shares. In this case, rupees 3 per share on application has been received and multiplied by 1,000 shares, we have 3,000 rupees received. We will credit equity share allotment account with the amount due on allotment but which is not paid. So the amount comes up to 1,000 shares multiplied by rupees 3 per share, 3,000 rupees. And again we will credit equity share first call account with the amount due but not paid on the first call. This is 1,000 shares multiplied by 2 rupees per share comes up to 2,000 rupees. And in the narration we will write 1,000 equity shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment money and first call money. Now where the calls in arrears account is maintained, there will be a slight difference in the journal entry. We will debit equity share capital account with the number of shares forfeited multiplied by the amount which is called up per share. 1,000 shares multiplied by rupees 8 per share called up comes up to 8,000 rupees. We will credit forfeited shares account with the amount which is received on the shares which have been forfeited. In this case, it's 1,000 shares multiplied by rupees 3 per share paid on application comes up to 3,000 rupees. and we will credit calls in arrears account with the total amount which has been called up but not paid by the defaulting shareholder. In this case, it's 1000 shares multiplied by rupees 5 per share, 5000 rupees. We arrived at rupees 5 per share calls in arrears by adding up rupees 3 per share not paid on allotment plus rupees 2 per share not paid by the defaulting shareholder on the first call. Narration: 1000 equity shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment money and the first call money. So now in this video, we've learned the journal entry for forfeiture of shares which were originally issued at par. In the upcoming video, we will solve example sums to help us understand this concept better.